What happens when we die? Is there an afterlife? Do we go to heaven? Or even worse, hell? Can we communicate with the dead? And if we can, should we? Let's find out.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 40 of San Pedro Paranormal. I'm back here with my co-host Carlos.
Hey, everybody.
And I'm your host Tony. It's kind of weird starting off this episode because, as the title says, this is going to be the final episode for San Pedro Paranormal. Mm-hmm. And I know I've had a few viewers actually message me through Instagram asking me what happened and stuff, and it's just I'm going through some personal stuff that I don't want to discuss on the show, and it is what it is. Yeah, but anyways, let's not. I don't want to bring down this episode with that.
Well, we can talk a little bit about it maybe now or later at the end.
Yeah, maybe at the end of the episode I'll talk a little bit about it. Yeah. But we actually have a really good episode today, and I'm really excited because Carlos actually, filmed some stuff and got some good stories, and he actually sent me a couple of little clips of the the stuff he captured, and it's pretty cool.
Yes, this is around probably around Halloween, or maybe a little bit after, a day after or so. Mm-hmm. And it's something that freaky that my friend noticed when I was hanging out with him that one night.
Yeah. So you know what? When's the last time we filmed? It's been we filmed for the Halloween episode, right? Right at the beginning of October.
Right. That was on a Thursday or so before Halloween.
Yeah.
To get it out. Yeah. And I was Chucky, and you were.
I was a ghetto zombie.
Zombie.
Episode 39. Check it out. But anyways, why don't we start with your story? Because I know you're the one that had the first. You were all excited about this thing that happened at your friend's house.
Yeah, but we're gonna build up to that. We got a couple of stories here, and I'm gonna start with a small one. Well, they're all kind of long, but 1, 2, and then the video. So this one here is a story that actually a true story that my coworker friend told me about when we were at work. So this first story is from my coworker Edgar, and this happened to him a while back ago. And I'm gonna read you the story that I typed up. About 25 years ago, I was hosting a party at my parents' house, having a good time with my best friend. My friend was a very upbeat and charismatic individual. We were having a good conversation, and after some time in that talk, he confessed to me that he was a Satanist. He briefly talked about the benefits of being a Satanist, and in one example he explained that a Satanist never has to feel guilt of anything that happens in their life. Kind of like the opposite of Christian beliefs, I guess, in some ways. After the party, some time had passed. Time passes, and my friend moves into an apartment with my cousin. In the beginning, things are going really well in their new place. But later on, my cousin starts to notice changes in the apartment. There's an ominous feeling throughout. Objects are out of place, and furniture starts to move on its own. And he can hear some voices too. It's around this time that the personality of my friend begins to change, becoming faceless, featureless. His personality has flipped from hopeful to grim, and my cousin found this behavior very odd. One day, arriving home and entering his apartment, my cousin discovered something shocking. As he asked for my friend, he further entered the apartment and came across the remains of a dead body. My friend was found with his head shot off. He had committed suicide. This young man's life was cut short, as he may have surrendered his soul to the devil himself, Satan. So that's actually a true story that happened about 25 years ago.
Wait. So this is a coworker?
Yeah, my coworker is telling a story about his best friend.
Oh, okay. So your coworker wasn't a Satanist?
No. Yeah, I know. I should have put probably names on there or made up some names.
Okay. That kind of tripped me out. Like, oh crap.
My coworker told me the story that happened to his best friend, and his best friend moved in with my coworker's cousin, and that's how he knows a lot of the story. His cousin was telling him that, oh, this is happening in the apartment. There's noises and there's things moving, and it's just an odd feeling there. And he noticed that my coworker's best friend wasn't behaving the same way. That he was just motionless, and he has faceless, just not caring about anything. And that's when he blew his head off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this was your coworker's friend, like an old friend.
Yeah, from a long time ago. And he's saying.
And if you guys heard something right now, that was a car alarm outside, isn't it? There's not a EVP going on here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he believes that this happened because he became a Satanist and he was devil worshipping.
Yeah, so that's
a
a pretty crazy story. And you know what? Talking about Satanists, I do know a family, and I know this is not it has nothing to do with Satanism. Is that the correct word?
It's kind of complicated. I'm not a professional in that, but there's so many different things, right?
We're not professional
at all.
Yeah,
we just read stories.
You know what? I did meet a family that actually did that was into the Santa Muerte.
Okay.
Which to me kind of is very similar, a lot of similarities to that, because you have to make like a pact, and it's not like a light pact, it's like a dark pact, where you have to promise certain things, and then I guess they facilitate things for you. But with them, it was also the same thing. They went through some crazy stuff. Once they try to get out of it, this pact with this what is it, like is it a spirit or something? Or?
Yeah, it's the statuette with the looks like a robed skull head, right? And
but it represents what, like death or something?
To most people, I think it does, but I think there's another meaning to it behind it.
Yeah.
But,
it's some kind of god or something.
Right, and it's picking up popularity in Mexico, right? A lot of people are starting.
And you know who follows that a lot is people that are into that whole like those crazy gangs like the MS gang.
Yes,
and all that.
Right. I've seen like it's been a while, but a documentary on that. Yes, there are a lot of gang members and a lot of people that are actually rejected from civilization or the city or whatever. But that might be changing. It might be becoming something, maybe the norm now.
Yeah. Because I know I saw something too on TV about that, how it's like a normal, like a religion now, kind of. So anybody could be part of it. But anyways, this family, they're normal people. They're not like, they don't dress all in black or anything. Just a regular Latino family. And the person that told me the story, he's the one that said how when they started, everything was good. And I think I talked about this on a different episode. But they got into it and they started getting all kinds of, everything they wanted would come easily to them. But then once they ended up like joining a regular, like a church. And they wanted out. And that's when stuff started going crazy. Like their family just started falling apart. Wow. But they ended up getting out of it, and they're okay now. But yeah, I mean, with this guy, I mean, who knows? Maybe that is why he ended up.
Right. So you don't know what level of satanic, belief he had, or how involved he was. But in this case, I guess it was deep because he shot himself.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about that one story you sent me where you were like drinking with your buddy and you guys saw like a ghost person hiding behind playing hide and seek.
Well, this ghost person, actually, let's go back to what we were doing there. We were just hanging out and having a good time this one night around Halloween time, and we were sitting on the front porch. He has like a little lawn, and there's a driveway, and there's a parking area with a big tree outside his property, and we're talking and drinking beer, and doing our little fun cool stuff, whatever, and my friend interrupts my conversation and he says that he saw something. And it's like, what do you mean? You saw a person out there? What is that? No, I saw something out there that wasn't like anybody. Like, it wasn't an individual. It wasn't a visual person. It was like a shadow kind of being. And I kind of looked into this later. But anyways, he said that this thing came out from behind the big tree that was outside of the property on the sidewalk. It took a few steps, looked over in our direction, looked away, and just bolted out into like down the street. And I was like, what? This is crazy. Are you sure? He's like, yeah, I swear, I don't lie. He's like, yeah, I know you, Mario. You're not a big religious person. You're not into ghost stories. But when he told me this, I was like, okay, this is, I believe you. And this is what happened. Shadow person comes from behind the tree, takes 3 steps, looks at us, looks towards his way that he's leaving, and he bolts in that direction. And we were just talking about it the rest of the night, and I had to come back with my video camera the next day and get a little cool documentary going, and that's what we're going to present. Yeah, some footage. That's what we're going to spoil you guys with.
Yeah. So I mean, so let me get this straight. You guys are just sitting in the front porch, right?
Yeah.
And you're not facing the street. You're facing him.
Exactly.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm Mario, right? I'm my buddy. And that's gonna be confusing, right?
Okay.
Sorry. So I'm facing away from the street.
Hey, maybe we'll be playing the video while you're telling the story.
Oh, this has audio on there too.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, so I'm there sitting down. I'm looking at the garage, on the side of the garage, and he's facing the direction of the street.
Oh,
so
okay.
while this is happening, I'm not noticing anything because I'm just enjoying my beer, and I think that night the moon was kind of cool looking too.
Oh, okay.
So I was messing with my camera and I was trying to get some shots or just talking. I forget exactly what I was doing in that moment. But then that's when he interrupted me and he told me about this shadow figure.
So I mean, what were you guys talking about? Do you remember?
Nothing at all.
Just random.
We
random
talk usually
stuff.
about shows.
Okay, but you guys weren't talking about ghosts or anything.
No, we were talking about probably Mandalorian.
okay.
This is the guy I do road trips and travel with sometimes. So
Yeah.
we're talking about probably our next road trip to Oregon and Washington.
Oh, okay.
And back.
And that's when he had seen this.
He saw this thing. So when he saw this entity, it didn't have any facial features. Sometimes people see a shadow person with red eyes. He said it was nothing. It was just a shadow, like a mist or so that was there that just moved.
Mm-hmm. So just like a classic shadow person. Okay. And did he like do any kind of investigation where he maybe asked neighbors or did you look for anything where maybe a person had been like in an accident there or got killed there? No.
No, not at the time. But that is actually something that would be cool for later on, maybe posting it online or so somewhere,
because you never know. Because I mean, you said that this entity like kind of peeked out of the thing first, or
yes.
So it could have been some, you know what I'm saying, like in my third eye, my psychic eye, like maybe it was someone that was hiding from someone, and then when he took off, he got killed, and that's what you guys are seeing there.
Right, he could have been shot on that street there.
Especially if he's like like kind of looking out and stuff, probably hiding from someone. Right. That's what I feel.
Right.
But I mean, it'd be crazy if like maybe one day you're driving by there and all of a sudden you see, because you know how sometimes when people die in a in a certain area, like once in a while you'll see like candles or flowers.
Right.
Imagine one day you're like you go to your friends and you guys see candles because somebody did die there. That'd be kind of verified.
Yeah, they actually did look into some sort of history or anything about that street if anything did happen there. But from my knowledge, they've been living there for a very long time. So this might be something that would predate their residence there.
You should keep an eye out. He should keep an eye out for that now. Like especially like almost get the same like the timeline. Like if it happened like at 9 o'clock at night, maybe go and sit outside during that time and see if he sees something.
Yeah, but they always say when you're looking for something, you never find it.
Yeah, but sometimes you do.
You're right. Well, you're the communicator, so I can't argue with that.
Sometimes you do. So I mean that'd be something cool. Maybe even tell him to put like a ring camera, just that records when there's movement. Yeah. Because I've captured orbs like that where you put them and then you don't have to be waiting for something to come out.
That's true.
And then randomly it'll just come out.
Right.
But yeah, that's a good one. That's a good. And so, do you want to play your video right at this point?
Yeah, let's play it. Let's play it right now.
Rotate.
Last night it was I hit up my buddy Carlos, to come over, have some beers, celebrate the Dodgers, 2020 World Series champs. And he comes over, we're hanging out right here in the front yard, doing what friends do, shooting the shit. So I'm right here talking to Carlos, and so I just look over to the left, where the driveway is, and out of nowhere, it's kind of like I see a shadow figure, right? So the shadow figure kind of just comes out walking, like takes like maybe 5 steps. The first 2 steps he's just walking, in a westerly direction, which is that way, and he kind of like looks over here at what Carlos and I are doing, and that's when I kind of was like, oh shit, what's going on? And it looks over here, and then like 2 steps later, it just walks again, and then it like kind of disappears. It fades into like oblivion or whatever. It went away, and it's kind of surprising that the day before Halloween, when I say it's cliche, whatever, that's on you. But I'm not gonna lie about something that I experienced, at the point where I'm telling my friend, like, hey dude, like this actually happened right now. It was like a human being, dude, just like another human being, like a shadow figure. It's I I can't really, explain the height, but it just kind of like took 2 steps, looked at like where you and I looked in our direction, where you were sitting against me, where you weren't able to see it. It looked, and then it was gone, and it disappeared. Like it was like 2 steps, look, another 2 steps, gone, and it was kind of like the weirdest thing ever because I hadn't experienced that.
All right.
Yeah, cool video. Carlos Spielberg. Yeah, but you know what? During the video, while you guys were watching the video, me and Carlos were talking about like, what could this have been besides a spirit? And Carlos mentioned something that kind of like, like made a light bulb come on, and that's of the spirit actually maybe being a time traveler.
Right, or a time traveler, or someone that maybe their dimension has crossed within ours, and they're kind of like shaking the equilibriums, breaking certain paths, and they're kind of like being exposed for a minute. It could be that, because maybe that person is an actual individual somewhere else, and they saw us as shadows, and then he just took off. So that could be a possibility also.
That's true. Or an alien.
Aliens.
Alien. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, time traveler.
It would be a solid individual if it was time
Yeah.
traveler, right? Because you're trying to
time
move someone
traveler.
from one timeline to the next.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm leaning more towards like a spirit. Something happened, someone died, and they're just reliving that moment, and that's why I said maybe during that time when your friends saw it, it was that specific time. That's why you really don't see it, and and maybe someone else has seen it. Just
Probably,
never said anything
and like
about
you,
it.
like you said, we have to go and investigate and talk to the neighbors. Our neighbor that's been in that situation where they've seen this thing.
You should have gone and done some EVPs right on the spot, dude.
Nope. I am the technician. I am not the communicator.
That would have been awesome though, because I mean, especially when you barely see something. I know you could do either like EMF readings, and you'll capture something because that's it's happening in the moment.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would have been interesting if you would have done some
Yes.
EVPs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't have the equipment, and I don't have your skills. Because I can talk to him, but I don't know how to keep him away.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, who knows? It time traveler, multi-dimension being.
It could be a religious Native American spirit.
Oh, that's right. You were saying that. You were talking about that.
There's a couple of shadow people there, but I don't know too much about that. Like you said, aliens. Who knows?
someone maybe peeking in from like a different dimension, like you said, like peeking over.
Right.
But I mean, like I said, I lean more towards ghost or spirit because of the whole thing that he was hiding behind something that's in our time.
Right.
So that's what I think.
Definitely.
And I mean, it'd be interesting if you guys could find out some more information.
It's a good hypothesis.
Yeah.
I like it.
But what else you got, Carlos? I know you have some cool stories.
I got another story.
I know. Oh wait, is this? Wait, no. Go ahead.
Yeah. I changed it a little bit. It's not exactly like word for word what I sent you,
Okay.
but just to clear it up a bit.
Okay, so whose story is this? Is your story?
This is someone's story that I got that worked at. Should I see the school? Yes. Okay. Barton Hill Elementary School. In one of the older schools in San Pedro, Barton Hill, I used to teach in this one particular kindergarten room that had 3 smaller rooms inside. One room was a restroom, another was a small office closet space where we kept the desk and materials, and the last room, it was a kiln room that was never used as it was retired a long time ago, as it no longer worked. One day during recess, while I was standing and facing my desk, I saw a little kid run into the room and head into the kiln room. That's not a room that a kid should be in, so I went into teacher mode, and I turned around and said, "No, honey, you can't go in there." I step on over to the room to my right, I look inside, and there's nobody there. The room is not a big room. It's the size of a closet, but I clearly saw a kid running, a little kindergartner running into that kiln room. I kind of dismissed it, thinking, okay, whatever. Must have been, I don't know. You make things up to kind of not make it real. So he goes on to say, I used to have my personal desk on the far corner of the room, catty corner to the door. I would sit there and face the walls with the doors behind me in the corner, and I would hear the hardwood floors. The sounds of someone stepping in or people walking in, and I would always hear this during recess or lunch when no one else is in there. You can clearly hear the sounds, thinking it's either your coworker, a kid, or the principal. And it would happen all the time that nobody would ever be heard, and it freaked me out. Oh no, that nobody would ever be there, and it freaked me out. The second they gave me the option to move to the other room, that was not in that building, I took it. I was like, yup, let me move all my stuff out.
You know what? That reminds me a lot of remember the Queen Mary, how they have that one room that they used to use. Well, it used to be a room that you could rent, and then it was so haunted they ended up turning it into an office, and then it became payroll, and then they ended up just taking. Nobody wanted to be in there. They, even payroll ended up going out, and they ended up removing the carpet and any furniture from in there, even the stuff in the bathroom, the handles for the faucet, all taken away because that's how strong the activity was there.
Right, they keep moving and moving.
Yeah. So the reason she left was because of the sounds that were happening in the hallways.
The sounds that were happening inside the room. It's the old hardwood floors slats, I guess they used back then on the old houses or the old buildings. And he would be in that room, just doing some work, and the person would hear just like the creaking sounds on the wood.
Oh, okay.
And this person would think that it'd be the principal or a kid. They would turn around and no one would be there.
Yeah.
But there was that presence that someone was in there.
Someone's there.
You feel it. You know when someone's there.
Yeah. And you know what? I've spoken to a few people that have worked in the past at Barton Hill, and I have heard stories. And I think we had an episode where we did the school episode. I think I talked a little bit about it, where some of these people, they would hear children. They would see a little boy in the bathroom. I don't know if it was. I don't think it's the same building, but in one of the buildings, it was. I don't know if they would see a little boy, but they would hear a little boy talking in the bathroom, in the staff bathroom. And also, I think we had mentioned that the janitors, the janitorial guys, they would get haunted too. In one of the rooms when they were working, they would see the doorknobs moving. So Barton Hill has a lot of stuff happening there, and I mean, I know we had mentioned before that there used to be a old house there before, right? Like some old family house or something. I forgot.
I don't remember the history. I know it's that school went through a lot of changes back in the day, from the 1800s, the 20s, and so forth. It was one small building, and then they built around it to build a bigger school. They knocked that one down, and I believe they bought more of the residences where the recess area is, right?
Yeah, and I believe that place where that person had that experience, the one you're telling, that's where the old house used to be. There used to be a big old white house.
Oh, really?
And it was like a big family or something, and maybe that's what she's hearing. And the wood floors, old houses.
Common creaking, yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Little kindergartner just running in and going to that kiln room and looking in and disappearing. Like, what?
Yeah, and that school has always, I don't know, because I mean we did go to that school,
right? Yeah.
And certain parts of the school, not all the school, but certain parts of the school have a certain like vibe to it, where you feel like something strange.
You're right.
So
yeah, they also say 15th Street School. I believe that school is older, and that school also has something.
Has activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the schools, like we've said before, I think all San Pedro. Since like we've said, it used to be like the Native American land and stuff. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff like all over the place that's maybe buried underground.
Right.
And that's why there's these energies and stuff. And again, how we're close to water and stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, Carlos. But you know what? Let me mention about what's been happening to me in the house. Right. I know at the beginning of the episode I said how I'm going through some stuff, emotional stuff, and I think this has kind of fed into the whole thing of like some kind of paranormal stuff happening in the house, where we hear certain noises, and we had a can, those Campbell soup cans, because right before Thanksgiving, we were getting everything prepared to make the dishes and stuff, green bean casserole, I think that's what it's called. And we had the cans on top of the table, and all of a sudden one of the cans just fell off the table, like almost like it got hit across the kitchen. And I was sitting right there in the dining room looking, and I turned around, I see this can rolling, and not only that, then we heard some like weird sounds at night. The dog, all of a sudden started barking. For some reason it's in the kitchen. I don't know why, but I was telling Carlos that maybe this was because of the stuff I'm going through, and maybe it's just me myself making these things happen. You know, like sending out these vibes of energy, and that are making these paranormal things happen, which usually happens, you know, a lot with when there's like teenagers, like, you know, when teenagers are going through emotions, through the changes of becoming, you know, like a young adult,
Right.
and that's when activity also, you know, escalates. And it could be that, it could just be our own feelings, like all these vibrations being thrown out there and making these things happen without us, like, subconsciously.
Yeah,
So.
you could be turning into an X-Men. Usually they change around the teenage year and they become their powers come out.
Magneto.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, so.
unfortunate that's happening.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't scare me.
It doesn't scare you? Oh,
That doesn't
that's
scare me.
good.
Nothing crazy.
Because I'll be like underneath the bed. I can fit there.
Yeah, but let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I did go to do an EVP session at a local park here in San Pedro on, what is it, 8th Street, I think it was, on 8th and Mesa. There's a park there, and one of the viewers actually sent me a message that wanted me to go do an EVP session at that park because something happened there. I don't want to say what happened there, but something happened there, and they wanted to see if maybe I could communicate with a certain spirit that's there. And I did go, and the thing is, that park, you know, it seems like a lot of homeless kick it there. So even at night, there's a lot of talking, and you could hear people laughing, even though it was pitch black.
It's tough.
Yeah. So I did some EVPs, and I I reviewed them, and I didn't capture anything, but I did capture a picture. I'll probably put it right here, where this incident happened with this person. I took some pictures, and one of the pictures has like this weird light, like a cross like this, really weird, and I'm thinking maybe it's something, I'm not sure, or maybe it's just a camera effect or something that happened. But it was weird because I took multiple pictures, and only that picture has that one, like a light, like something like flew by. It could have been a bug, I guess.
Like a light blur.
I don't know, but I couldn't capture anything else. But I did do the EVP there.
Okay.
And and I wanted to talk about the orbs that I captured at church.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
During the was it first communion?
Yeah, it was my daughter's first communion.
Awesome.
Put this phone down. It was my daughter's first communion, and we did it at St. Peter's.
St. Peter's Church.
Which is right across the street from Barton Hill.
Yeah.
Right across the street from the school. Right next to that building where your person had that incident happen.
Oh yeah, it's the other building. I think the older one on the other side.
Yeah, the older, not the corner one, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. So it's a little lower.
It's a little
But anyways,
lower, yeah.
This happened right across the street in the parking lot, because right now, since they're doing the whole COVID thing, they're not doing the stuff inside the church. So in the parking lot, which is right across from where the building where you're talking about,
Yeah.
they put chairs outside and tents, and they do the first communion there. Well, anyways, after the whole thing is over, where they do the talking and give you those little circles and stuff, we took some pictures with some of the family, because not everybody went, again, because COVID. So we had 4 family members go, and I took pictures of the family together. Right, there's like some little steps that come out of the church on the side.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's take them right there. That's a nice little area, and right next to the church, and nice little view. So I took about 10 pictures, like just random, because the thing is, 2 of the people that went to the first communion, they're older, so they're always moving or blinking so it's hard to get a good picture. So I'm like, let me just take like 10 in a row. Everybody smiles, say cheese.
Yeah.
And on 6 of the pictures, one after the other, you see an orb, but it's not a white orb, it's like black purple, which is different because I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And you see
Yeah.
on each take this orb thing traveling, moving around one person that's in it. And I'm not going to show their face. I'm just going to like kind of zoom in and show the pictures here of the actual orb, because I didn't get permission to show them. But you see this thing just moving around this person, like by their hands into their shoulders, till eventually it just like moves away in the last picture. But I did do some research online of what these orbs could be, these black orbs, and it says that these are low. I mean, if anybody watching this, if you know anything about orbs, or if you're a specialist, on these orb things, it's online. It says that supposedly these orbs are low frequency entities or spirits. By low frequency, I don't know what that means, like low energy maybe. But according to the few things I found online, these attach themselves to people that have either like dementia or some kind of like that are going through like where they're starting to forget things and stuff. Mm-hmm. They attach themselves to these type of people, and also to people that do drugs, because people that do drugs aren't always there. Right. And the crazy thing is that this person is actually going through some problems like that, where they're starting to forget things and stuff. So then you kind of put two and two together. Right. And so it's crazy that the picture they only comes out on this person.
Now this orb it's circling this person as you go from picture to picture.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see it.
And was it a burst shot that you took, or was it like you took a picture?
No, it's just like a family. All the group together. Uh-huh. So the pictures I'll show right here are just gonna be like zoomed in, mm-hmm. so that you guys can see the orb. Yeah, cropped out. But you see this thing, it's crazy. It's it looks like a how would you say it? It looks like energy, because a regular orb would just be white, right? Like a dust that looks like a dust. But this thing has it almost has like little waves around it, right? And in the center there's like a dot, and it's purplish black. Really weird, really strange. I'll show you right now when we're done.
Yeah, and
Carlos hasn't seen it.
Yeah, and it was it's not a camera malfunction, because you took pictures after that.
No, that was the only one that
it was on that subject.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fascinating.
So it's pretty crazy. So let us know what you guys think on the comments, or maybe it was a camera thing, I don't know. But I mean, it's never happened before.
Right.
And I took more pictures, after that, in the same spot. Multiple. We did like 40, 50 pictures, right. And those are the only ones that come up with that weird orb.
Wow. Yeah, well, I can't wait to see those, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. But anyways, Carlos, is there anything else you want to mention before we?
Yeah, I'd like to have the opportunity to thank Tony here, my co-host, for all this whole year. It's been an awesome ride. It's been a great servicing you guys with these stories and this show to give you guys information of what's going on with the paranormal. It is what it is. But I'd like to thank Tony for giving me the opportunity to come on the show, and I think we both helped out each other, and we both learned a lot.
Yeah, we did. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Yeah. And I was talking to Carlos before we started filming, and Carlos is actually thinking of starting another show, right? You're gonna start your own
thinking
show.
About it, just putting things together.
So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna delete these videos. These are gonna stay on YouTube.
Oh, that's great.
Forever.
Beautiful.
Forever. And also the Instagram is gonna stay. The Facebook page, I'm gonna probably leave it for a while. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I want to do this because I want to, once you start your own thing, I want to have these things so we can share your information there. So so you can start like let's say, follow Carlos now on this, or he started this now, and that way you guys don't know what's going on.
Or keep us updated with any stories, because it might be the way it is now, but the future is uncertain.
You can never tell what's gonna happen. But yeah, Carlos, it's been it's been good. It's been cool. We had some good times.
We had to go through the whole COVID thing, so that was a challenge. I think we filmed about 7 episodes or 6 with me here, and the rest of the year was COVID. And
that's right.
And whenever we were faced with the problem, we kept going and just jumping over those obstacles and doing our best that we could. We never gave up.
Yeah.
And 40 episodes, I think that's a great accomplishment.
Yeah.
I'll always see this show as our little baby.
A learning experience.
Our little baby. And I see nothing but
once Carlos starts his own thing, maybe I'll be a guest there one day.
I was thinking maybe guest number 1. I'm kind of fighting for that right now. I don't know, man.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? I did want to mention something about the videos. We did an episode with Damian Franco for Death Park Films, and we were supposed to give away some films, which I actually purchased to give away to you guys. And something happened that I can't mention on the show. They had a fallout, and a big old thing happened, and now we don't know if we're getting the movies and all this stuff. So I do want to apologize to the people that did win those copies of those films, because I never got them, and I was never able to mail them out to you guys, and I do apologize for that. And if I do get them, I will post it on the Instagram, and I will for sure send it to you guys if I get them. But things happen. It's 2020's been crazy, dude.
Yeah.
2020's been a crazy
Right.
year, and
like you mentioned, Damien Franco. I'd like to thank her. I'd like to thank all the rest of the
all the guests
that have made
yeah.
our show better. With the communicator here interviewing with them, and he did a fantastic job with those interviews.
Yeah.
I can't name them all because there's so many of them, but they're all fantastic with great stories.
Yeah. Well, we had what was it? I think our first guest was Doll Knives, right?
Oh yeah,
Doll
Knives.
Whiskey Doll.
Yeah, Whiskey Doll. Yes.
So yeah, thank Whiskey Doll.
Thank you very much. Great stories. She's awesome.
Paranormal LA, Paranormal East LA.
Yes, Paranormal East LA.
Paranormal East LA. A lot of stuff.
6. Yeah. I forget
What was it? Oh, yeah, the psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nicole Book.
Right.
Nicole Book 6. Yeah. So Poe.
Wade Poe. Awesome
Wade
guy.
Poe, great guy.
Yes.
Yeah, great guy. I'm sorry that we never got to have him here in studio.
Yeah.
To do an actual interview.
Matthew did a Zoom with
Matthew.
you. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was fun. It was fun, and I mean, like you said, Carlos. Who knows? I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows? Maybe we'll 10 years from now do a reunion.
Like I said, I'm looking, for this is that's a positive thing.
Yeah, and I know Carlos is gonna continue. He's gonna do great. He's gonna start his own thing.
Well, the only reason why I'm continuing is because this man here
it'll be fun.
pretty much motivated me to go seek out and try something. And in the beginning, I was hesitant to do the show because I didn't have very much. You can tell I didn't have very much paranormal background. And he said, "No, do it. You'll be great. You're gonna do fantastic." And every time I got in front of this camera, I always have some sort of anxiety, but I always pull through, and I have Tony. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate
you did well, dude. You did well. I mean, we wouldn't even have the intro to this show. the voice of SPP.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, you know what? Thanks for watching. I will tell you to. Oh well, yeah, do like and share. I don't know if you want to subscribe. You could if you want to, I guess. And I guess this is it, and hopefully we get to see you guys in the future, and something different, maybe a mutation of SPP.
Right.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank also all the guests that were here. Carlos, the technician.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time, maybe.
Thanks.